Thomas Malik here, Road Course in American Literature. Today, we're going to talk about the art of incorporating text. The key to incorporating text is moving from your general point, your thesis, into the specific, into the quotation or the citation, and then coming back out again. My friend Roy Peter Clark discusses climbing up and down the ladder of abstraction, going from your big argument to the specifics, back out to your larger thesis. To illustrate that, I'd like to pull up a worksheet that I made involving the Scarlet Letter and citing texts. See if I can get it going here. Hawthorne's mysterious subjunctive. Thanks for everything, Professor Martínez Vidal. Notice that the essay there, this is a little sample student thing that I drew up, has a title. It's something that kind of grabs the attention. Also, you have your name, your email, the section number, the instruction name, and the date all up top. So you start out with a thesis, gonna say it. I find Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter difficult more than once. I had to read the passage and so on and so on and so on. I'm setting up the idea that Hawthorne's Scarlet Letter is difficult. In the second paragraph, I have a strong topic sentence that takes me from my opening into the specific. Consider the revelation of the Scarlet Letter, the penultimate chapter in the book. Hester Prynne and Dimmesdale have booked passages out of America and blah, blah, blah. Two things that I've done so far. One, I've established a thesis. I've also connected it to my thesis paragraph in the beginning. The second thing that I've done is that I have located the reader. I'm not necessarily saying on page 128, as if the reader is going to go back to 128 of the book and, oh, what's there? No, it's like the penultimate chapter, the revelation of the Scarlet Letter. So I know in the book where I'm talking about. I'm going to set it up, and then I have points where I tell the reader what I want to get out of this quote. The reader will finally learn the mystery of what is on Dimmesdale's chest, and then I am stitching the text onto my own language. Hawthorne writes, but it were reverent to describe that revelation. So if you notice, I've done three things. Again, I have a thesis going. I tell the reader where in the book I am finding this quote. I give a sense of what my purpose for citing this text is, and then I stitch the author's words together with my own. It's important to notice that after you do that, what you're supposed to do is explain why did you do that. The moment is actually comic. At precisely when the secret is to be revealed, the narrator says, psych, he will not say what happened. The sentence is cast in the passive tense, which, as we all know from first-year writing, is to be avoided because it is less clear. And then I come back, by the way, to my teacher, Enrique Martínez Vidal, and I talk about Nathaniel Hawthorne's use of the subjunctive tense, which is used to cast doubt or uncertainty. So the reason why the Scarlet Letter is hard to read is because Hawthorne is playing with the idea of ambiguity in the very sentence structure of the novel. So again, I've done 4 or 5 things here. What I've done is I have a thesis going. I've told the reader where in the book I find the quote. I set up the quote. I stitch the quote into my language, and then I interpret what I just quoted. There are 5 or 6 things. Then what I'll do in the next paragraph is on closer ambiguity, on examination. The Scarlet Letter uses ambiguity throughout the book. And now we'd go into my second example, the custom house. So I have one idea leading from the next. So to repeat, what I'd like you to do is have a thesis going. Second, tell the reader where in the book you find it. Third, set up the quote. Fourth, stitch the quote, the author's language, into your own. 5, interpret. Tell the reader what you just got into that quote. Come back out to your broader point and do it again in the next paragraph. That's about all I have for now. Peace out.